Hello, welcome to your all signs reading for the month of June. What an honor it is to be here with you guys. Can you believe that we are halfway through the year 2024 and it's already June? I don't know about you guys, but are you feeling the upshift of all of this energy? Feeling fantastic. I swear we have been through enough. Now it's time to allow ourselves to just be blessed and let it all come in. So we have some significant changes, with if you're paying attention to any astrology at all, that this big shift from Jupiter in Taurus to Jupiter in Gemini, which is going to expand options for us. Just a really, really big shift and change for all of us. A big new 12-year cycle kicking off, and you can understand a little bit about what the next 12 years is going to look like for you, based on a lot of decisions that are going to be coming up over the next 6 months. I'm going to give you a really good clue of what house or what aspect of your life is going to be impacted and receive significant up leveling over the next 12 years. So really exciting time. And so I'm going to go ahead and begin reading for all of you the cards. I'm going to start with Aries here, and we're going to find out what the higher self collective. So if you have watched any of my readings before, you'll know that I like to tap into this specific frequency, and it is the frequency or the higher consciousness of all of our higher selves. And it's this aspect of us that is helping us co-create with access to infinite intelligence, source energy, helping us to be able to co-create the lives that we choose for ourselves. The higher self collective is anyone who's interested in understanding how to create the reality of their dreams, how to get in touch with the authentic version of themselves, and who understands that there's more to us than just this physical body, and tapping into that, really being able to tap into that. So if you're doing that currently in your life, helps life be really, really amazing, doesn't it? And if you're curious about it, then also you are in the right place. So because this is the part of you that I am speaking to, that I am translating from. So let's find out what your higher selves has to say. So like I said, we're starting out with Aries. And my question here, Aries, for you is, what is the overlighting theme for you for the month of June? What is valuable for you to know? What is important for you to know right now? What does your higher self have to say for you in the month of June? And I will begin with the gold foil tarot. Let me go ahead and change this camera view. Okay, Aries, what do we have in store for you? What is available for you in the month of June? What is valuable for you to know? What is important for you to know? What does your higher self have to say for you, Aries? This is for sun, moon, rising. You could even listen for your Venus. You can cross watch for somebody else who is important for you. And even if you want to maybe tap into some of the other planetary alignments that, if you're familiar with your chart, just kind of peer what's going in on the different signs. Okay, so beginning with the gold foil tarot here, this is what I am shuffling. Oh, we got cards popping out already. We are starting out with the Chariot. That's fantastic. We've got the Chariot. We have the Nine of Cups. And we have the Hierophant. Okay, so the theme that I am receiving from these three cards is that, not surprising at all, that Aries is on the move. You guys are usually on the move, aren't you? So you guys are on the move. And this could be where you're moving your focus. You could be moving, physically moving somewhere. You could be moving to what I feel like it's saying is that you're actually moving the standard of your life. So looking at the current circumstances of your life and any subject that's important to you. Like I said, we're all receiving this upshift in different houses and in different areas of our personal chart, right? So what I'm seeing here is that you're improving the quality or standard of your personal life. And I'm going to go ahead then and bring some clarifiers in. Oh gosh. Okay, so we have the King of Wands. I'm going to clarify each card here, okay, with 2 cards. All right, so with the Chariot, we have the King of Wands, Leo, also fire energy. Movement within, oh my God, no kidding. No kidding, you're moving. No kidding, stuff is changing for you. Wheel of Fortune? Whoa! Okay. All right, so now the Nine of Cups. Go ahead and clarify the Nine of Cups for me. Okay, and we have the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Fascinating, fascinating. Okay. This deck that I'm using here for the clarifiers is the, sorry about that, Sacred Kingdoms. It is the Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms. Okay, Hanged Man and 10 of Cups. Oh my God. Okay, we have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups here. Oh, can you see that? Let's maybe move this down this way. Let's go here and here. Straightened out here and here. Okay. Certainly your physical life is changing. This is talking about with the King of Wands. We're literally talking about being prepared for moving within any new opportunity in our life, seeing it for the value, any opportunity that has come our way, seeing the value in that opportunity, being prepared for it. Now, the preparation that you have done previously and now the opportunity has come because everything is about momentum moving forward, now has actually changed the direction, or yes, it's changed the direction of where you're going in life. Yeah, the whole standard is up leveling, right? But this Wheel of Fortune is like, okay, you have walked in a very particular direction. You have taken the steps, you have taken the action, you have gained the knowledge, you have gained the perspective, everything that is needed to know in order to change the fortunes of your life, okay? To the King of Pentacles, meaning, again, this is supportive of all of the wisdom that you carry, all of the wisdom that you hold, has now created this like empire, or this more stable, more expansive, more prosperous physical material life. That's what the King of Pentacles is about. King of Wands is about taking the action, ready for the opportunity that comes to you. The King of Pentacles will be about using someone who has used their wisdom in order to expand and stabilize and prosper in their physical environment. It may be enterprising. Maybe this is very enterprising, but I don't get necessarily enterprising with you so much in this as maybe even like home. Now, I don't have a home card here. That's not what I'm seeing. Maybe it's what you consider, what you're stabilizing yourself energetically in, to where you feel more comfortable and more, I guess, at home within yourself, within this new realization of who you are, what life holds for you, what your abilities are. There's something here, and we're going to get to it, okay, guys? So there's something about that. This feels very homey to me. So I'll know it when I hit that nail on the head. We're just going to keep going here and looking at these cards, all right? So the King of Pentacles is when you use that wisdom, you stabilized your material environment through wisdom that you have gained along the way. Okay, great job. All right, so now we have the Knight of Wands, where within that opportunity, the way that you're going about exploring this is very active. You're very much engaged. Okay, so the way that you're going about is engaged. And now the Hanged Man is showing you, which doesn't surprise me with this Hierophant, a different standard, something new. So the Hanged Man is someone who has there was a very particular ritual back in the age when the tarot was originally created, and that ritual is when an initiate or somebody who had a question prepared themselves through this ritual surrender surrender to the way that they have stabilized themselves in life before. Okay, so if you're looking at a traditional, the traditional symbolism the the Hanged Man, his legs when he's hanging himself from the tree, his legs are in the shape of an upside down four, and in the four, the tarot is stabilization. So four corners of a foundation, four corners of a table, four corners of a chair, something that's is very stabilized, organized, and stabilized energy to be able to support the growth. Okay, so now he's got his legs in an upside down four, and he's taking what has already been stable, and he is maybe reorienting himself to be able to receive inspiration, divine inspiration. Now, this also is about divine inspiration and blessing one's life with that inspired with that those inspired thoughts. It's like this new standard of life, this new standard of quality, this new quality of life is really, I guess this is the biggest overarching theme for you this month, is about increasing the standard of quality of your life and being able to see what else is possible for you. So once that Hanged Man is upside down, what they assumed at that time was that there was going to be the energy of desire, the bodily fluids that are kind of behind desire. And that would also speak to this Knight of Wands, this very passionate, it's when you feel something so strongly and so passionately, it is a driving force within you. The Hanged Man, when he hung himself on that tree and he made that upside down four with his cross, or with his legs, crossing his leg, what he did was he's using what they thought during that time was using the energy or fluids within the body of passion to enlighten now their mind to be a driving force of this higher wisdom. Okay, so everything about your life, and I think that the standard of your home life, where you feel comfortable in life, is taking a big leap forward. And it's not unprecedented. Well, okay, so it is unprecedented for you, but it's not coming out of the blue. I feel like this is something that you have been striving for, something that you have been putting quite a bit of energy and walking towards. There's a lot of momentum, and sort of like finally here at this point is finally here. And this Ten of Cups not only supports the Nine of Cups in that it is very satisfying for you. It's very attuned with what you want, but it also is this like very harmonious. Now we begin to see the home life. This Ten of Cups would be a very harmonious home life, happy home, happy family, emotionally fulfilled family dynamics. And so if it's not family itself, it is where you consider yourself to feel at home and who you feel at home with. And it feels like maybe there's been some like determining where, or people even, excuse me, people even that feel like home to you, that feel supportive of the directions that you want to take in your life, feel like that you can 100% be yourself. Again, along with that home energy, I'm feeling this sense of new authenticity, like, or maybe you're more comfortable being exactly who you are than ever before. So like you get to settle into the comfort of yourself and the surroundings in your life and the people that you're with. And it's very noticeable. So you guys are doing a tremendous job of preparing yourself and taking the right steps. And now it's about being able to settle into who you actually are. And here, as a final outcome, we have the Queen of Cups. I love her. The Queen of Cups telling me that We have the Nine of Cups here. We have the Ten of Cups here, telling us that this is very heart-centered. Again, supporting that harmonious connection. This is you being connected to your own self, your own authenticity, your life, being able to understand that, because the queens are very understanding. They're very nurturing of their own heart. And we all know that the heart is the most intelligent organ in the body. So it seems to me that you're really beginning to understand yourself and your connection with where you feel at home in your life through your own heart. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Good job, Aries. That is amazing. It feels, again, so comforting. That feels so, it feels like a relief for you guys, honestly. That feels like a big relief. So I hope that's what you feel in June. And if this resonates with you, feel free to comment and let me know how that went. Okay. How June is going for you. Pop in the comments. All right. Or if you already know, like what I was seeing there, if you already know, Aries, what kind of things you are about to see a big uptake in your life, let me know. Let me know. Okay, so now here we are. We have Aries. Now we're going to go ahead with Taurus. And Taurus, holy moly, you got things popping out for you as well. Hello. Okay, we got the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands, and we also have the Queen of Cups for you as well. Okay, so again, I had mentioned in the Aries reading that the queens are the ones who understand and nurture a particular element of life. Okay. So in this, it's understanding where your resources are going. Anything that you can kind of like pay. Are you paying attention to where you're spending your money, where you are spending your time, where you're spending your efforts, where you're spending any amount of attention from you, any amount of focus from you, where is that going? And you're really beginning to understand and see where that's going for you and directing it more specifically in a heart-centered way. This Queen of Cups is all about that heart-centered energy. She's all about knowing what her heart wants, allowing her heart to be her guiding force, and creativity. So it seems to me, feels to me like what is the overlighting theme for Taurus this month in June is that you are going to be paying a close attention. It feels like acute attention in what your heart wants to create, how you want your life to look moving forward. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull some clarifiers for each of those. Queen of Wands. We've got three queens on the table. I mean, there is very present energy. Like you are being very present. Lover's card and the King of Swords. Moving these over here. Now, it's interesting because the the Eight of Wands here is a Mercury card. It's actually a Sagittarius card, but it's Mercury in Sagittarius. So it's about communication and information and what she is informing her life. She's informing her life by giving attention to things, right? And her life is then therefore informing her of what's needed next. It's this ongoing conversation between her and her life, her physical material life, and the finances that she possesses. Okay, the Lover's card is also Mercury ruled. All right, so the Lover's card is a Gemini card, but this is Mercury in Gemini, and we have Mercury going into Gemini in the month of June. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands who's understanding through action. Okay, think about the exploration through actively being involved in something. Making a decision, a well-informed decision, and not just a well-informed, okay, so the King of Swords reminds me of like an arbitrator. He reminds me of a judge. He has all of the information. He is very clear-minded. He is able to discern exactly straight down the middle everything that is important in order to discover the truth. No holds barred. Like it's just plain truth. What is truth? What is authentic? What is real in this? Okay? So you're this feels very active energy for Taurus. Very active energy. Clarity, action, moving, being able to make decisions. Okay, so what is that information about? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, the Fool. Okay. All right. I'm going to maybe move this over just a little. We still want to see those lovers. We want to see this beautiful queen here. Okay. So we've got the Fool, Lone Wolf, taking a leap of faith. All right. But this isn't just a leap of faith. So maybe to others, this may not look like exactly what somebody else would do. It may not be a 100% certain in the exterior world. You may not know exactly where you're going to land, but you know deep inside of yourself when you're making that connection with what is not just the driving force, what is informing you, what part of you is informing you, and it feels very authentic. Okay. And that authenticity that you're tapping into is actually creating this drive to take a leap and have faith in the direction that you're moving your life. Okay, we have now the Celestial Weaver. Okay, so this deck has 2 extra cards in it. This is the Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms, and we have the Celestial Weaver as one of the additional cards. So this is where the energy inside of you, this very cohesive with the Queen of Cups energy, where you are using your heart as your guide. Okay, like I said, it feels very authentic, the part of you. And here's another way to support that as well. With the King of Swords is Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about authenticity and truth and clarity, higher knowledge, intellect, but higher knowledge. Okay. And so you're using this higher knowledge, and it's showing that it's coming through your heart space. Okay. You're allowing yourself to open up your heart. Maybe you're doing heart-centered meditations. And I strongly recommend them, especially right now. Well, I mean, moving forward for life, it's just really great to tap into that heart energy, because it is the most intelligent organ in your body. You're using your heart to be your guide, and it's literally creating this almost unseen, unless you have the ability to be able to see these kind of connections, but it's creating these unseen connections, like kind of like the neuro, what am I thinking of, like in your brain, like the neural pathways. This is what it feels like, a neural pathway between you and the cosmos from your heart-centered energy. And so you're using your own personal truth to take a leap of faith, understanding what you're wanting to create, where you're spending your energy. You're actively engaging in your life. You're making strong decisions, and that strong decision is definitely one that has you connected to the cosmos. Which then what happens? Where do we go from here? What can we expect? The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, probably not a coincidence that those two are the same colors there. So now you're holding in your hands. You're holding in your hands. You're able to wield your own life force energy. You're able to wield the power that you possess inside of yourself in order to create something new for you. And this is new in a very tangible, very material, very practical way. Something that you're actually going to be able to, a new home, a new car, a new job, a new relationship, a new something, a new windfall of money, it's a very, very, of course, the Pentacles does mean money often, but it also means everything material. Okay, your physical material world. So something new within your physical material world is about to you're about to meet that, because you're taking that leap of faith, you're connected with the cosmos, and that opportunity is about to be met by you. And do we have any information on that Ace of Pentacles? That's what I'd like to know. Tell us about the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Oh my God. Stop. This is the other. Oh my Lord. Taurus. 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 What? Okay. So I'm like tongue tied here because this is so fantastic. So the other, um, additional card, I couldn't even think. The other additional card in this deck is the Phoenix. Okay, so we have the Celestial Weaver connected with the cosmos, about to take have something new meet you that you can engage in your very physical world, and then the Phoenix. So we know the story of the Phoenix is when it's burned to the ashes, and you may have felt like, oh God, especially with Uranus being in Taurus since 2018. You may have felt like you had just been taken down to bare ash, straight carbon. There's nothing left. I have nothing left to give. I have nothing left, right? I have to completely surrender. There's no more fighting. There's no more forcing. There's no more making anything happen. This is literally about rising up now from that, like, I can't give anymore to I am the most expanded, the most dynamic, the most incredible, magnificent version of myself yet. Like, you literally have come into your own in June. This is like this culminating effort that you have been making over the last several years, Taurus, to now blossom big, go big in June. Okay, so let's find out. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Okay, and so again, can't make it up. Okay, so final words here for Taurus is temperance. Okay, so I had said that this is about, like, I surrender. I completely surrender. I can't make anything happen. I can't force things to move along any faster than they are. I can't do anything outside of what's being divinely orchestrated by my authentic self and the cosmos. Okay, I have to. That's what it comes down to. I have to 100% be in my center, in authenticity, in order to be able to receive the clarity, the guidance, the knowledge. And you're there, Taurus. You have made it. So you literally have one foot on the ground, one foot in the ethers, or your angel wings are touching the sky. You are literally the angelic version of yourself. Look at that. Look at that. This angelic version of yourself where you're grounded like you normally are, Taurus, because you're an earth sign, fixed earth sign, right? So you're grounded. You have the knowledge coming from your emotions. That's what that water is. You're taller than the highest peak of this mountain here. Okay. And the angelic or authentic or spirit version of you is beginning to shine for the entire world to see. And so this temperance is all about, like, not forcing, but being guided and allowing that gentle guidance to support the and I don't mean largeness of you in an overpowering way. I mean the largeness of you as, like, this is who you were always meant to be. It's like you're shedding the skin from, or shedding the encasing. So it feels like this encasement that had been around Tauruses, where they kept themselves smaller than necessary. And now you're like breaking out of that shell. That's what it is. Breaking out of that shell. And you're rising to the fullest version of yourself, yet to be seen. Yet to be seen, because of course we continue to expand, but you can expect yourself to be fully in your authentic presence, large enough for the world to see in June. So congratulations. Remain connected to your higher self. Make sure you're doing your meditations. Stay connected to your higher self. Stay connected to your authentic emotions, and don't force anything. It's a matter of, like, surrender and move through guidance. Okay. Fantastic, fantastic for Tauruses in the month of June. Okay, so now we're going to move forward with Gemini. And Gemini, you know, is where Jupiter is, Mercury is, Venus is going. We've got so much happening. Oh my God. Okay. This is interesting. So where I had used the tarot of the sacred kingdoms as clarifiers for the other readings, it seems to me that Gemini is being asked to be defined or outlined for the month of June through the sacred I can't talk, the tarot of the sacred kingdoms. And then we'll probably use, depending on what guidance I'm given, we'll use the gold foil for the clarifiers maybe. Okay. All right. So Gemini. Oh God. Okay. These cards are just very, very, very active for you. Okay. Two of Wands. Ooh, of course it's a two. Of course it's a two, Gemini. You get double everything, don't you? I can't. I can't. I can't. Okay. Really? Moment of silence here, okay? Because this is big stuff. Okay, Two of Wands. You have a choice, right? So you have two opportunities before you. Is that two or is that 10? I apologize, guys. It's the Two of Wands. Okay, so with this Two of Wands, we're talking about these two choices that you have. You usually do have more than one choice. It always comes down to this or that, this or that, this or that, right? With Gemini. And then moving forward. So you're moving from something that has felt certain, has felt stable, has felt sure and secure, and now it's time to expand your life. No surprise, Jupiter's in your sign for the next 12 months. Moving into there, has just moved into there, right? Did it move it? It moved in the 25th of May, right? So your life is about to expand in a really big way, and it's going to be moving you. Okay. So to Chariot is always moving, but it's moving from a place of discernment. So what the Chariot talks about here is your ability to look at things like the good, the bad, the light, the dark, the up, the down, all of the different dynamics, all the ways that Gemini does, looks at things from all angles, and making that informed now decision to part ways, move away from something that had been where you thought that you had the most stability, and now to create something brand new for yourself. And it feels like this is something that you have been working on mastering for quite some time, because this is the Emperor, and the Emperor is all of the kings combined. And now he takes the information, takes the experience, takes the knowledge, the wisdom gained from all walks and acts and parts and dynamics of life. And he uses that knowledge in order to do what's best for those he is responsible for, or the personal life that he is responsible for. So now the emperor, like you would imagine, he has an empire, right? He has many subjects that he is responsible for. But you may not, okay? So you may not. What we are talking at a smaller scale here is everything that you are responsible for is about to be enhanced and touched. Enhanced and touched with everything that you have been studying, everything that you have been curious about, everything that you've been gaining knowledge. It feels to me like all of that knowledge that you have gained over the last few years is coming up to be acted upon and move you away from your place of comfort out into the world to be seen, to be bigger, to be more, to be used for higher consciousness or the upshift of the higher consciousness. So this would be something that you would be feeling that you had been feeling very called to do, feeling very creative about, something that is driving force for you. Not, it's a lot, it feels to me like going from like a mundane job or just being at home, being really curious about subjects from a hobby perspective, to now being sort of the master or a like an authority on a subject. Okay, and you're using your new talents or your cultivated abilities, your cultivated talents, and your abilities to be able to bless the world with who you actually are and what you actually have to bring. Okay, so it feels very, very supportive of a higher consciousness collective, very much the higher self collective that you are going to be um, significantly in support of. And here we have the Hierophant. Okay, so we're going to define, we're going to get some clarifiers here for each one of these cards. So clarifying this Two of Wands with the Hierophant, which would be about tradition, traditional way of doing things. So what are we doing with that tradition? Is this where the choice is to stay traditional? Is this choice to stay? This could be institutionalized? Okay, that's interesting. Oh my God. Okay, okay, okay. This is the message that's coming from these cards. The message here is that part of you that kept yourself small, that kept you believing that what you were interested in was just a hobby and that didn't have any significant value. That part of you is being called out now, because this card, this Five of Pentacles, talks about an unworthiness within your own spirit. It speaks about being poor, and it doesn't mean like necessarily physically poor, like as in your bank account, although oftentimes it's very reflected there. What this is talking about is about how you have felt about the divinity or validity of who you actually are. And Spirit is saying, no more. So, okay, so like I said, this Hierophant could be institution. It could be, and maybe that was programmed out of you through institutions, through education, through religion, through different systematic programming. Okay, so where the system, the matrix had been built in a very specific way, had you feeling less than when you bought into that story. And now it's time to step out of that comfort zone. It's time to get out of where you had been feeling small, where you had been feeling unworthy, where you had been feeling insignificant to the greater picture of reality, okay, of life on planet Earth. All right, so that's what you're being pulled out of. This Hierophant one, I feel like I want to say something else about that Hierophant. Oh my gosh. So this is interesting because these are both Taurus energies. So if I'm using this card to clarify even the Hierophant there, this Empress. Here goes my microphone again. I got this little microphone here, and I hope that you guys can hear me okay. There's a little one there that just keeps popping in, doesn't it? So we have the Empress as a clarifier for the Hierophant. You know, this Empress is saying to me that regardless of what you had thought was the norm, what you had been taught was the standard of doing things, is being redefined by the beauty of who you actually are. So this is Venus energy. Taurus is Venus ruled. And Venus is moving into your sign in June. Okay. So I think that you are about to experience some very clear understanding around how beautiful internally, spiritually you actually are, how worthy you actually are, and how important it is to move forward with your creations, to be able to bless your life. So this empress is like the queen of the harvest. Okay, so where she has planted seeds, those seeds have now grown and she is now harvesting. It's coming to her. So it seems to me like rather than you exposing yourself to the external world or being vulnerable in the external world, which may have had you feeling small and 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 retreated inward, that part of you, that part of you that have felt like it needed to be retreated is actually was actually it doesn't. Okay, I'm sorry. I just need to make sure that I'm very clear on this, because what she's saying to me is that you have it all coming back like tenfold. It's not about you putting yourself out there and being vulnerable and just to be, potentially hurt. It's like you've actually planted these seeds with your attention towards your subjects, what the things you've been interested in, your interests, your studies. And now, as you step out into the world, as you bring those things forward into the world, you will actually be well received, and a harvest will come in for you. Again, Jupiter in Gemini. So the things that you've been looking at and focusing on are about to expand, and it is about to deliver, because she has and I don't know if you can really see it in this card or not, but it's, I think, a little bit more visible in the other one. But she's actually pregnant, and what that speaks to is creativity. So the act of bringing something new into the world. And what you're about to bring new into the world is going to yield you a large harvest. That's what it is. What you're about to deliver into the world is going to yield you a large harvest. All right, so let's go clarify that Chariot. Now you got your card. You've got your card. That's always when you pull your card in a tarot reading, it means that you are standing in your authentic power, the fullness of yourself, working with the whole of you, your higher self, your physical self, being inspired and taking that action, and you are working with knowledge of self, okay, in a powerful way. And this Nine of Wands is about conviction. So when you know something, and this supports this, like, it's just going to be rewarding for you to get out there, for you to put whatever it is out there into the world, for you to step out. It's not going to be like this whole, like, I'm vulnerable and I'm exposed. It's going to be like, no, I'm doing this with conviction. I'm doing this with the intention of being of service and being creative and not being shy about it any longer. This is of you yourself in your full power with conviction. And that's how you're moving forward, with conviction. That's really powerful. Now, surprising with that Emperor there, though, is it? Is it really? So where you felt small and weak, now you are feeling very authentically powerful. Okay? And now for the Emperor, we've got 3 cards that just decided to pop out. We have an Ace of Wands, Actually, I apologize. That is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is where this is also this very Taurian Venus energy, where a brand new pathway is opening up for you. You're going to take action within this new pathway, okay? And it is going to bless your physical life. This brand new, never before experienced opportunity within your material world will present itself. It will be very stable. It will be very organized. It will be very certain. It may be a slow burn, but that's good because it's very, very stabilizing. And I say slow burn here, but this is also the Knight of Pentacles is also a Mercury ruled card. It's attributed to Mercury because it's a Virgo card. Okay, so Virgo is Mercury ruled, and Mercury only stays in a sign for about 3 to 4 weeks typically. So when I say slow, I don't think we mean like a long time coming. What I mean is that it's going to be stable for a long time. Okay. I think it's going to be stabilized for a long time, but I don't think that what is surfacing, what is materializing for you, this opportunity is going to be slow to come. I think it's going to be stable. Okay. Because Mercury actually moves faster than people give this card credit for, because oftentimes people will be like, oh, the Knight of Pentacles means it's going to be slow coming. But I don't see that with Mercury being behind this card. I see that as I see it as a very strong, stable step where you're moving, how you're moving about it is very secure. Okay, it's very secure. And this is a card of all the world to see, all the world to see with your pure intentions, this sort of like grand finale, which is just another stage, right? Because this isn't the end. This isn't the world card, but he does have the wreath, like the world card on his head, and this staff here, this wand here, is also a wreath, okay, which means that it's very fruitful, and it's sort of like things have come to things have brought you here to this point. um and then it's a card of victory, it's a card of celebration, it's a card of reaching a major milestone that other people can cheer you on and celebrate what you have done. Very supportive of you bringing what it is that has been important to you out into the world, unabashed, unapologetically, in your full power, realizing how worthy and important you are in the bigger picture of reality and the collective, and being supportive of that collective energy. Okay, that higher self collective. All right, so now I just wanted to do a final card here for final outcome for June, and that is the Knight of Cups, which is expect an offer. For you stepping up and stepping out, that you are going to receive a very significant offer that will be very satisfying and well deserved. So, bravo, Gemini. I'm excited for you. I'm thrilled. And although you may have your doubts here and there, I think that this pull to be actually who you are and who you always meant to be when you came here, um, because you do research, you do have information on many subjects, but your diversity within self creates something new, something different, and you're needed now. It's time. It's time for you to shine, and that ability to allow yourself to shine and stand up will be visible to others, will be celebrated to others, and you will receive an offer for it. Great job. Okay, now Gemini, let's go ahead with Cancer. All right. It feels to me like we are using the gold foil for yours, Cancer. What does your higher self have to say, Cancer? What does your higher self have to say? What is important for you to know? What is valuable information for Cancer for the month of June? Oh, there we go. They're starting to pop out. There we go. There we go. Okay, well, you have 4 cards. All right. So, oh, interesting. Interesting. Hmm. You know, so we have the Page of Wands who's reversed. We have the King of Pentacles upright. We have the 10 of Cups upright. And actually, this King of Swords was actually crossed when it came out. So I'm going to go ahead and just let it be crossing energy. Okay, I had it upright, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know about keeping it that way because I feel like this is sort of crossing energy here. So what are these cards saying to us? What is this message that you need to be aware of for the month of June, Cancer? Well, Cancer, the first thing that is really beginning to flow here for me is that it is not time for you to be out there trying to find or figure anything out that's new. Okay? Or, hmm, bear with me here. Seems to me with the King of Pentacles right here in the middle of this, the King of Pentacles is that very stable, used his wisdom, has his life the way that he wants it to be, the way that things are, and I have earned this. I have brought myself here. Everything that I have is because of my own personal intentions to have and to experience. Now, it's interesting because the pages are often about something that you already are familiar with and beginning to discover that there's new opportunity within it. I think that what we're seeing here is that Cancer is kind of liking the status quo. Cancer is maybe not wanting to rock the boat. And yet you're doing so without looking at the picture completely clearly. It's almost like you don't want anything to upset the apple cart. Anything that might draw away from the way things are perceived, the way things look to you, the way things look to other people, the way things are. It's like, let's not upset the apple cart. Let's not go throwing any wrenches in the, what is that? I don't know what it's called, but the wrenches in the wheel or whatever it is. But you don't really, it doesn't seem to me that you really want any new information to come in. Okay, but let's go ahead and clarify because I definitely don't want to leave it there. We've got a lot more to dive into here. So what's going on with you, Cancer? What's going Okay, we've got you in reverse again, a reverse card. No, that's too many. Let's go ahead with a smaller amount here. Okay, the Star card. I'm just going to start pulling cards at this point. We just need a lot of information here at this moment. All right, what is it that you don't know about? What is it that you don't want to see? What is it that you don't want to change in your life is really what it feels like. I don't want anything to change. I don't want any change. Okay. With your own personal card being reversed, that tells me that you would rather stay where you're at than be all that you are. And this Star card is telling you there's so much more available. There's so much more if you allow yourself to explore the information that's trying to come in with this card. If you allow yourself to be really curious with that information, it's actually going to be more healing, more expansive, more. I think that maybe there have been heartaches in the past, in the very recent past. I think that maybe some of your own personal traumas are sort of influencing your ability to be able to look at a situation independent from the past. That's what it seems to me. It seems to me that you're having a difficult time maybe separating now from the past. And maybe some of that stuff has been bubbling up and you have had traumatic or very surprising outcomes or sudden instances, because the star card comes after the tower, but always to show you how the universe was working for you, how what you wanted was going to come in, even if it had to be abrupt, even if it had to be the sudden, moment of eureka, enlightenment, the sudden realization. Either it can be just like an internal realization where you can never unrealize that, or it's something in your physical life that changes things so drastically and suddenly there's no going back. But either way, there's no going back. And because those things have happened in your past, you are nervous about this sort of like this looming energy around you that says that change is required, change is afoot. And you're like, no, 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 no. What should I get? We all get that. We've got the Seven of Pentacles here where you're literally looking, though. This is where your life is saying, so, okay, so the star is saying, like, hey, it's better than you think. It's going to be better than you think it is. All right. And go ahead and get curious about information that's coming in. All right. It's not something new. It's not something novel. It's something that is going to open up some more doors for you. Okay. Maybe give you more options than you had realized. But when those options present themselves, when that information presents itself, all of a sudden you're going to be going, wait a minute. Is all of the energy and all of the effort that I have put to keep everything the same, everything the way that it is, without disrupting the apple cart here? I just keep going back to that. Don't disrupt the apple cart. Is it really worth it? Am I really getting what I need out of life? Am I really, taking my life for the ride that I could be having? Because it seems to me that there is an up level happening for many, many people, and you're aware of that, and you kind of want it for yourself, but you're nervous about how it's going to happen. Okay, so let's get some more information here for you. Magician, love it. Gemini energy, June, right? And Eight of Cups. All right. Love it. I'm just going to put them right around that king because that feels really fantastic. That feels great. All right. So the magician here. Magician is your ability to manipulate your physical world. It is your ability for you through your own consciousness, through when you're the fullness of yourself, okay, when you're using your own personal heart, when you're using your power of intuition, when you're using that to its full capacity. And I know that you have felt like maybe you couldn't trust your heart before. And maybe you have felt like maybe you're really questioning your ability to trust your emotions. But this magician in the month of June is asking you to know how powerful you are to direct your life and to use it for your own designs, your personal power for your own designs around the things that are important to you. Not important because the way they look, not important because the way that they're supposed to be, but important because it's satisfying to the authentic you. Making your decisions, being able to change your world in a way that is fine-tuned to match your own personal desires. We have the Sun card here for you. because that felt really powerful. It felt like permission for you to choose you. It's time for you to know how powerful you are, choosing you, following your guidance. Your heart knows what's best for you, and that doesn't need to be weighed against everybody else. Because when you're following your heart, when you're tapped into your higher self, it's a win-win for everyone. And we have the Sun card here, which is saying that your efforts for tapping in and trusting are going to be more than blessed. They will flourish. They will grow. You will grow in ways that you had not even expected before. Because the sun is what makes life possible on planet Earth, that and water, air, but but the sun, right? If the sun didn't come up, nothing would grow. Everything gets information from the sunlight. This reading is about you not wanting to pay attention to information, or you not wanting to receive new information, you not wanting to look at things for clearly how they are in order to not upset anything. And yet this sun card right here talks about the information from your own personal growth. That may not make sense, but when you're looking at your life from like, what do I love? Where do I want to go? What do I want for myself? What's important to me to experience in this life, since this is, in fact, my life? Those things are informing. That's the sunlight, the passion of who you are, informing your ability to manifest, informing you. There are many aspects of us, right? And if we're looking at the higher self to inform us, which is passion, creativity, cleverness, insightfulness, making things happen for ourselves, making stuff happen. That higher self version is trying to inform you of how magnificent not only you are, how trustworthy your heart is, how trustworthy your intuition is, and how much you are about to grow. You are about to have a big growth spurt. And I think that you feel it coming, and you may not want it. But I'm here to tell you it's coming. It's coming, and relax into it, because this isn't a tower moment. This is a star moment. This is after a tower. This isn't traumatic. This isn't going to be difficult. This is going to be beautiful and loving and supported and expansive. Okay. And now we have the 10 of Wands, which talks about you are well prepared. You are well prepared to take action. You have everything that you need, and you are well prepared to take the action necessary to move forward with what you're passionate about. And I'm just going to go ahead and get one more card. And now we got the Chariot card again. So is that everybody? Did every single sign, I think, receive the Chariot card? Maybe Taurus. I don't remember. But here we are at the Chariot. And I believe the Chariot is you. So here you were, the Queen of Cups, reversed, not owning your power, not fully standing in recognition of how important it is for you to pursue your own personal passions and interests in life, to now this major arcana version of you who has used her intuition, who has recognized the preparedness within, and is now moving away from what had been conventional, what had been normal, what had been, I don't want to say normal, but what had been the current structure of life, the village that you lived in. Because excuse me, in the traditional card Rider Waite um, art of this card. And the Chariot is leaving the village behind. So it seems to me that everything that you had currently known, where you thought that everything was supposed to be this way, you're going to walk away from. You're stepping away from the mundane. You're stepping away from, I guess, everything that can be expected. Maybe a very predictable life. Kind of how it feels. Everything predictable. You're stepping away from that, and you're using the power of your intuition to guide where you're going. And I think that you just needed to feel safe, to be selfish a little bit. Maybe you needed permission to know it's okay to choose you. And in fact, not only is it okay, it's what's necessary in order for you to fulfill your own purpose, so that you have value. You feel the value of life itself moving through you. Yeah, it's okay to choose you. It's okay to look at all angles. It's okay to receive new information, to come to new understandings of what else is available for you. And it's important that you pursue it. Okay? It's important to choose you. All right. Good job. Great job, Cancer. And good luck to you. I know that all of us are having these sort of like moments of like, do I step forward? Can I trust it? Can I, what's in front of me? Do I do this? All of us are kind of having our own variation of that. And I think that it's a big growth opportunity. This 2024 is the year of strength within the tarot. It is the year of being able to tame our own personal fears, look at places where we had believed our sense of stability came from, and to seek inward our own ability to trust our feelings, trust we know how to navigate our emotions, and to be able to recognize what is falsehoods that we're telling ourselves or buying into and believing, and what is truth and how that truth feels when it comes to informing our decisions. And you're good at this. You're really good at this, Cancer. In fact, we all look to you, Cancer, for this ability within the tarot, because you're the high priestess. You're the one that is able to see beyond the physical into the possible, and then to make it a reality, to know that it is a potential reality. But it's okay for you to have those moments of wobble. It's okay for you to have those moments of looking at places that have been fearful inside. And it is okay for you to discern in an even more deliberate way what feels true, what is true, and what feels fearful. It's this fine tuning of your emotions being your guide, your higher self being your sense of support and stability and driving force through passion and creativity. Okay. So, all right. That was great. Cancer. Thank you. Thank you, Cancer. Thank you, Cancer, for all that you're doing. You're so kind. You're so sweet. You're so soft. I just love you. All right, let's go ahead with Leo now. All right, Leo, what is in store for you for June 2024? Oh, well, we've got all kinds of stuff happening here. Okay, is there one more? Oh, yeah, there. Okay, I can't even keep up with all these cards that are coming out for you. And it doesn't feel like too many. It feels like, no, this is right on track. All right, so we're starting out with the Devil. All right. Okay. Well, what is it? What is this work? It's related to work. Surprise, surprise, Leo. Surrounding work. We have the Temperance card. Okay. We have the 6. Can we get all those in there? Let's go ahead and bring them down here. All right, let's bring them down. All right, we have the Six of Swords. And we have your own card, Leo, the King of Wands. Now, this just message is really just kind of like popping out here for you guys. And that is the belief that you have. And I have felt this way for a little while about Leos. This message has been just kind of moving around the whole Leo energy. And I can't dismiss that that's exactly what the spread feels like. And this is what's been coming in, intuitively for Leos. It is that Leos have this sense of all of the discs. Okay, now this isn't exactly what this card represents, but I'm going to use it as maybe just kind of a imagery. Okay, so imagine every one of these pentacles is a disc that is spinning, like plates that you're holding up. And because you're spinning all of these discs, you're the one that is making sure that everyone is taken care of, that every need is tended to, that everything is, all problems are solved, that everything is done by you. Because you're the sun, right? You're represented by the sun. And like I said to Cancer, without sunshine, life on earth doesn't exist. So if Leo doesn't show up, you have this sort of pressure on your shoulders that if I don't show up in the way that I always have, being able to solve problems, being able to meet others' needs, being able to deliver through action, that life will cease to happen. What will happen to those I care about? What will happen to my world? What will happen if I don't keep spinning all the plates? And it seems to me that this higher consciousness is really trying to alleviate the sense of pressure that you're giving yourself. And that's what this devil is talking about here, is the belief that you have, that you have bound yourself to, that you have tied yourself to, and taking care of everybody else and everybody else's needs. There's a deeply ingrained belief within that. And this temperance is about not making everything happen for everybody else. It's in fact about you being able to tend to yourself in a way that feels nurturing to you and feels guided by source energy. Now, Leos, I know that you're very strong-willed. I know that you're very divinely guided by your hearts. You guys are very heart-centered people. Everything that you do is through love. It's for the purpose of love. It's very it always feels like it's very pure in intention, the things that Leos do, okay, to me. But are you using that same level of care for yourself? Now, the Six of Wands, or excuse me, Six of Swords, ties really well into this devil energy, because I see the Six of Swords as you being able to go deep within your own personal hell. And I would say that personal hell is the idea of life not existing or life falling apart without you showing up the same way that you always have. Being able to go down into your own hell, into your own underworld, into those turbulent emotions that arise at the idea of the thought of you not being able to perform for everybody else. And when you get down there into that emotion, and you can see that it's just energy, that it's just an energy, this burden and this pressure that you put on yourself, and that you're being guided to do something easier. The things that you have been focused on are, in fact, they're all stacked up. But what happens when you've built and you built and you built? When do you enjoy what you've built? That day is here. That day has come. You're on the precipice of it, of just being able to enjoy what you have built. And this belief that you have to make everything happen is sort of like being reevaluated at this point. I'm going to go ahead and grab some clarifiers here from there's another way of going about it, okay? And that is a collaborative effort. Knight of Pentacles. Six of Wands. Yeah. And I'm going to grab another one here, and let's just see what this has to say. Because that feels very in tune with what I was already getting in the Lover's card. All right. Okay. Now, the Lover's card often does talk about a decision, but I really think what this spread is saying here, very much in tune with my original intuition on this, and that is the stability that you have already created for yourself, that is visible to the outside world, is ready to be simply enjoyed because you've already done the work. You've already made it to the top of the mountain. It's time for you to enjoy the view for a little while. Your intentions are pure. Your heart is passionate. And I think that it's time for you to let others celebrate you for a bit, which isn't difficult for a Leo. But I don't think that you need to get in there and work so hard for everybody else. I think that it's time for you to relax and receive. And because the stability is there. How are you experiencing this receiving? Is spoken to us through that Knight of Pentacles. Stable. Your world is stable and it is not going to fall apart for you not showing up the way that you already have. This Lover's card very much talks about you reuniting with your love for life, uniting with maybe a romantic partner, the things that you are passionate about. And I think that this is that also there's so many layers to this Lover's card, between decision, between doing the work and now having the excellent view because you've climbed the mountain. It speaks to connection within romantic relationships, but it also speaks to the divine feminine and the divine masculine. These are the lovers here that are bound. Okay. This is the feminine, the nurturing side, and masculine, active side. Okay. And so now, in the Lover's card, what we have is the couple or the two different parts of you acting as one and acting through love for self first, putting you and your needs first. Because if you're not fantastic, and I'm not saying you aren't, but if you're not well tended to, is what I really mean here. If you're not well tended to, and you're not working with both parts of you for yourself first, your cup is going to be depleting really, really fast. Really fast. So reorient yourself into something that doesn't take as hard of work and something that you very much enjoy for yourself, and watch how that is able to bless the lives around you without you having to be solving problems for everyone else. I think it's time for you to be supported. I really feel it's time for Leos to be supported. But you've got to let that happen. I'm going to go ahead and get a final outcome card here for you for the month of June. So practice, I guess your month of June is, your overlighting theme for the month of June is practice letting people support you. Letting that support in. Let's get that. Final outcome. Give me a final outcome for Leo. Okay. Oh, well, interesting. Interesting Interesting. Absolutely fascinating. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter. Also Sagittarius, Jupiter Sagittarius card. These two, yeah. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune means that your very life, obviously your fortunes, the direction of your life is heading in a new way. Okay, so you've like reached this new point, and it's that coming to the top of the mountain. All the work that you've been putting in, you've reached this sort of new set point for yourself, and there's no going back. It's stable. You're stable, and yet from this new point, from this influence that Jupiter is having on your life, from this culmination of all of the energy and effort and intention that you have put into your very life, is now causing you to have a new plan or a new strategy for how you're going about things. And I have to say, that new strategy feels very much like I've got to take care of me, and then I'm good for everyone else. I'm going to let other people also collaborate with me, and we'll work together. We'll work together. We'll work together. Feels like there's one more card for you, Leo. There we go. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. This is a swords card also. And when we're talking about swords, what we're talking about here is information, perspective, thought processes, intellect, clarity, communication, information. And this Knight of Swords says that you are going to be taking action from a new source of information. And that new source seems to be your higher self, rather than it being from everybody else's needs. Yeah. Where you receive your information from about how to conduct yourself on a daily basis is changing. The information that you are receiving comes from not obligation, but interest. I know that Leos really don't do a whole lot that they're not interested in, or they're not, they don't find happiness or pleasure in. But so much of that pleasure has come from pleasing other people, taking care of other people. And it's time to be informed by your higher self of taking care of you first, because there's a new era, and that new era is less forceful, less making things happen, less filling a void for other people, and more intuitively guided by each individual and a collaborative effort working together. So this is going to work out really well for you, Leo, in the long run, because you won't be so burdened. You'll have better self-care. But I think that it's this sort of like, this June is going to be this bridge between I'm the one making life happen to I can enjoy life with others, and we can do this together. That's what June feels like to me for you, Leo. All right. So I hope that was helpful for you. And I know that it is a transition, but I also know that anything that you guys put your mind to and your heart to, that you will accomplish. You will accomplish. So you're going to come out better than ever on the other side of this month. But it is a bridge month of transitioning from one way of doing things to a different way of doing things. Okay, Leo? Okay, so now we have Virgo. What is up with Virgos? We want to know for the higher self from our... Whoa, okay. No, we're not. Oh, are we? Okay, we are going to do that. Okay, all right. Okay. All right, what is valuable for Virgo for the month of June? Message from your higher self, from the higher self collective to the Virgos. All right, all Virgos out there. All right, so Virgos, we see you reaching this point of celebration, this like after a long journey, getting to, a more, it's celebrating a long journey. It's bringing yourself to a point of stabilization because fours are very stable. This is a very comfortable home feel to this card. Okay. Temperance. And this is a very Virgo card. Temperance is coming up a lot in reading this today. Temperance, surrender, allow. You're about to reach this point of total culmination beyond even this. I mean, where you're starting here in June is incredible. Okay, it's absolutely incredible. Like, I've got stability, I've made it sort of feeling, I've graduated, or I've achieved that new job, or I've somewhere you're starting out from a very, very stable point of something you had been working on. Okay. But now it's time to surrender to this knowledge that's coming forward, that things are beginning to add up to actually manifest something new for you. So things that you had been focused on, this pathway that you had been on, this pathway here, this focus, intention, focus, like, I'm not even going to worry about what everybody else is doing, but this is what I'm working on, is about to pop into something much bigger for you. It's about to pop into something much bigger for you, is the feeling I'm getting here from these cards. All right. That's because that's not the deck I need to be. One moment. We'll get those clarifiers here for you. Okay. All right. Clarifiers. 5 of Swords. 7 of Wands. And 7 of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, Virgo. Yeah. Something bigger here. Okay. So if you notice that in this card here, which is the 8 of Pentacles, there's that village way in the back. Okay, you see the village way back there where he's separated himself so that he can focus on what's important to him, and it's all stacking up. It's all leading to something bigger here. And I can feel that bigger is about to pop. Well, this 5 of Swords is sort of like this conflict liberation card around the way that others see that you ought to be doing things, or the way that things had been done when you were with a certain group of people. And now you're moving away from that, and moving away from the way that where you had been to where you're now going, and you know that you need to go, and you're going with conviction. You're going with a sense of certainty, because where you had been had not been as fruitful as you had hoped it would be in the past. meaning you had not received the recognition that you ought to have, meaning that you had not received a sense of fulfillment the way that you ought to have. Your personal material world had not been as blessed as it could have been for doing these things. Things were not as well as they could have been for you doing things the way that you were supposed to have done. And here we have it. Boom, guys. Boom, guys. You're starting something new. You're taking a leap of faith. You're moving away. You're liberating yourself. You're taking a leap of faith into something unknown, but you know that it's in the direction of what you want. You may not know exactly how it's going to turn out, but it is driven by your own personal conviction and sense of power. Okay. So you have really, really, really looked at who you are, owned who you are, and are ready to move forward with what's important to you. And here we have the Strength card, which is where you have tamed or are taming your own fears. So yeah, when we're about to step into something and take a leap of faith and something that we've never done before, and we're not sure exactly how it's going to turn out, is this going to work? I don't know. Especially for a Virgo who wants to make sure every single detail is all worked out to the very absolute pinpoint perfection that it could be, Virgo way. It takes the ability that I feel that you have already cultivated with yourself to look at those moments of fear and no longer buying into them. You're taming your fear. And when you can tame your own anxieties, that's a big quest for so that's a tall order for a Virgo. But you've got the ability. I can see it here. You've got the ability to tame those anxieties, to no longer buy into the worries. That's incredible. And now what do we have here? Because you have tamed your own anxieties and your own fears, and you now are standing within your own personal sense of strength, because when you can navigate your emotions, that's where strength is. That's where true liberation is. Okay? Because of that, a very strong offer becomes available for you. This is where you're able to receive an offer because you've taken the steps to tune in to your true self. This is incredible. I'm seeing, like, here we are at the midpoint of 2024, and what I'm witnessing is that this significant evolution in every sign that is more authentic in nature to each one's self than ever before. And Virgo, you are exemplifying that in a significant way. You are no longer settling for anything less than what you deserve in life. You know who you are, you know what you want, you know what you deserve, and you are receiving. You're receiving recognition, you're receiving offers, you're receiving love if that's what you're looking for, a new opportunity if that's what you're looking for. Something new in your life is coming in, and you don't have to do anything to prove yourself to earn it. It's simply because you know who you are now and you're standing in your power. And I'm going to go ahead and get a final outcomes card for you, Virgo. Amazing. This is incredible. Incredible. Oh, oh. I'm sorry. It's all just sort of falling apart now, isn't it? It's all just sort of falling apart. But in the very best ways. Oh. Final outcome, the Hanged Man. That's interesting because this is talking about that four. If you know the traditional art of the hangman, when he's upside down in that tree and his legs are in the shape of an upside down four. So everything that you had made stable in your life is being re-examined from a whole different perspective. And you now have a driving force of conviction and passion, a new sense of enlightenment within yourself of how to move forward in your life that matches you receiving an equal proportion or even in a grander scale what you have been putting into life. It's like you're ready to reap all of the rewards now. Congratulations. Congratulations. You have done the hard stuff, and now you are ready to receive. Congratulations, Virgo. You should be very, very, very proud of yourselves. I hope that you are. You don't normally take a lot of time to congratulate yourselves and to really appreciate all that you have done, all that you do. But I think that you're being able to find the value in that now, and how important it is, because you've got to celebrate your own life. You have to celebrate your wins in life, and you're about to have a windfall of wins. Okay, so Libra, what's going on with you, Libra? What does your higher self have to say? Higher self message and the collective higher self, and what's important, what is valuable for Libra to learn and know in June? What's that overarching or overlighting energy? Queen of Cups, heart-centered creativity. Two of Swords. Choices. And the Emperor reversed. All right. Let's see what this has to say. Oh, hi, kitty. Oh my goodness. You say hello? Can you say hello to everybody? Hello. She wanted to say a little bit closer hello than that. See what was going on with these cards, because I'm curious what is going on with these cards. What does Spirit have to say? Because I really don't care for that Emperor being upside down. And so I'm gonna get some clarifiers here, because what we have here with the Two of Swords is like something unseen, an option that's unseen. And it feels to me like, even though there's this, you know what it feels like to me? It feels like to me that you've been pouring your heart and soul into something, and you thought the outcome was going to be a certain way, or it was going to come to this point where it was, there was only a couple of ways that it could turn out. But what happened there is that it's actually unfolding different than what you expected, which, okay, all right. But it's because you have been essentially making the decisions that you have been from a place outside of your own personal power. It's as if, and not, again, I'll get some clarifiers here, but it is as if the decisions that you have been making have been because of somebody else's influence, or because you want to please somebody else. So we know that Libras have been going through a significant shift within, especially with that South Node being in Libra, a significant shift of healing codependent tendencies. Now, we all have been, but Libra, because it's the native ruler of partnerships and relationships, can find themselves desiring to please other people for just the sake of preserving a relationship. And this could be a business relationship, it could be a parent-child relationship, it could be a friendship relationship, it could be a romantic relationship. All types of relationships are sort of like under the microscope here. And it seems to me that your heart and soul has been poured into a relationship, an attempt to preserve a relationship. And because of that, because that's the goal, is the preservation of the relationship, it is diminishing your ability to tap into your own personal power. Now, that's my first take on this. But let's go ahead and get some clarifiers and find out what And I'm feeling like actually it's the other deck. Let's get the other deck here. Let's clarify what Libra needs to know. Oh, we have the Fool. Amazing. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and let go of that initial narrative just in order to be very open to where this is going with now with the clarifiers, okay? Hey, you. Speaking of partnerships, Soul Kitty has come to join us, huh? All right, but now if you're in the middle of this, we can't really see what's going on. Kitty, kitty. We can't see what's going on, kitty, kitty. All right. Okay, so we have here, we have the Fool. Leap of faith, okay? Something new. You're not sure where you're going to land. Something unmanifested. Something that you're trying to make happen because you have a sense that it could be this way. You have a sense of how it could turn out. And so it's like this chaos happening within, with an internal chaos of like not having complete control of an actual manifestation on what you want it, the outcome, what you want it to look like. So with the Two of Swords, we have like A and B. We have, it can turn out this way or it can turn out that way. And these are our only two choices. And yet there's actually another option. There's something unseen. Again, unseen, unmanifested. Okay. And it's throwing you for a loop. Okay. It's got you feeling off balance. Like, do I choose a relationship or I mean, if I'm not choosing the relationship, what am I choosing? And I said I was going to try to suspend that other narrative just for the sake of clarity here to make sure that we're on the right track. But what is it that's not manifested? But let's keep going on here, and I'll get some even more clarifiers here. But okay. So this can represent very often marriage, something that is that is um, that is a commitment, something that is an orthodox commitment. That's what it feels like, an orthodox commitment, something that would be sanctioned by a higher institutional authority. Okay, and when we have the Queen of Wands. Now, this Queen of Wands and this Emperor are both Aries energy, which is shares an axis with Libra. So Libra's on one side of the zodiacal wheel, and Aries is on the other side. They're polar opposites of one another. And Aries is about taking action, and Libra is about deciphering, weighing everything out before action is taken. These are both very much that like weighing it out. What's going to happen? Which direction do I want to go? Reconsidering. But everything here is telling you in this reading that it's time for you to make decisions based on what's best for you to wield your own power and take action on it. Take action from your place of own power. It's time to go. It's time to go do something different. And you can't really see what that different is. But what's got you out of balance is answering to a traditional way of doing things, something orthodox. Could be a marriage. Could be kids. Yeah, we got to go deeper. We got to go more. We've got to get some more going here for you, a Libra, because what we need to see is what you can't see. What we need to see is what you can't see. Oh, also Aries, Aries, Aries. Independence. Independence is what you're really having a hard time seeing and grabbing a hold of. It feels to me like independence that comes through creativity. Oh my God. Ace of Cups and Eight of Cups. Okay, it's time for you to align with your passions, period. It's time for you to stop putting anybody else into the equation. It's time to stop answering to a traditional way of doing things, to answering to a partner, answering to somebody else that is keeping you away from your own personal creative passions and desires. Because when you do this month in June, when you choose your creativity, when you choose what you want, it is going to be a total repurposement of your life. Wellspring, a wellspring of new life springing forward through you. This fresh life force energy moving through you. And maybe you're nervous because you're not sure exactly where that's going to go. Maybe you're nervous about it. But I can tell you that when the Queen of Wands takes action, when the Emperor takes action, they know where it's headed, even without knowing the exact outcome or the exact next step. They know that they're following themselves, they're following their interests, they're directing their energy. And so what comes forward for them is exactly what they have intended, and maybe even better. Okay? It's courage. It's independent confidence. 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 And rather than getting our sense of confidence and stability from somebody else and being in a relationship, that confidence is now coming through you pursuing your creative passions. Okay, and here we have now the Two of Wands. Okay, yep. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to get out of your comfort zone, where your comfort zone has been in this relationship and always weighing somebody else into the equation and what's best for them and how they'll think about this or what do they think about that or will this upset them enough, and no more. No more of that. It's time for you to own your independence, own your creativity, and step out of your comfort zone and step into the expanse of your own life because it's available for you. And how do you know what that expanse is? What are you interested in? That's exactly how you find out who you are and what your, I don't want to say purpose is, because purpose is bigger than that. Purpose is broader than that. But you did have an intention of things that you wanted to accomplish, things that you wanted to experience, things that you wanted to bring forward in this life when you came to this life. And it is time for you to own that. Your life is not just about being a partner or having partnership. It is about knowing who you are as an individual, being able to be a strength within yourself, a stability and confident within yourself to direct your own life force energy and have a good idea of what the outcome is going to be like without having to know all the details, because you're the one setting the intentions for your life without, again, weighing everybody else in. Okay. So it will give you relief to know somebody else isn't going to have the answers. The answers are going to come through what you're interested in. And when you know what you're interested in, you know what you like, and you know what you're passionate about, when you know, that's enough. It clears up the chaos. It clears up the confusion. And it gives you the independence that you have maybe desired or maybe been afraid of. Either way, it's time for you to allow yourself to pursue your personal independent passions and stop weighing anybody else into the equation, because they didn't come to live your life and you didn't come to live theirs. You came to live yours. And June is really opening up the gates for that for you. Really opening it up for you to go, yeah, I'm not leaning on anybody else anymore. I know what I want And I know I'm going to go for it. And that's it. That's it. All confusion will be cleared up once you decide to choose you. It's a reoccurring theme for the month of June for a lot of signs. Choose you. Choose you. And all will be revealed. All will be revealed. Libra, that's incredible. I know this is a huge leap of faith for you, but it is going to end up your entire life. An entirely new, well, I said repurposement for your life. Your life will be repurposed. The vessel in which the container in which you hold life force energy is going to be on a different path. It's going to be opening up to things you had not experienced before. But those will be very, very uplifting and satisfying for you and others other lives that you touch, others that you become associated with. I feel like you're going to know and understand what a blessing you are to this world as you choose you and you follow your own passions, because those passions, those interests are not a coincidence. They're not random. They're invitations from your higher self to bring forward the life that you have desired, and your higher self knows the way. And you don't need to know every single detail. I have to say that over and over again here. It feels like over and over, you don't have to know every detail. You just have to be willing to go in the direction that feels satisfying and feels interesting to you. Your higher self will reveal to you consistently as you're open to it, as you lean into your higher self through quieting your mind and not weighing everybody else into the equation. Your higher self will reveal to you the next step and the next firm step and the next firm step, and you will see how much the universe has got you to expand and to be that wellspring, like I said, of life force energy pouring through you creatively. All right. Okay, Libra, you got this. You can do this. I know you can do this. It will. You can't lean on anybody else for it. You have to know. You have to know who you are, and June is going to make sure of that for you. Okay, and it will be well worth it. Well worth it. All right. Thank you, Libra. Okay, Scorpio, are you ready? Scorpio, what does the spirit have to say to you for the month of June? What is your overlighting energy? What's available for you? What does your higher self collective, oh, one moment. That card's falling all over the place here. Apparently there's, okay, we're starting off with the Three of Wands. Amazing. Three of Wands, where taking that pause, you're looking out what may have seemed to have been a desert initially, maybe not seeing where opportunity was available for you initially. Opportunities are beginning to appear, and this is actually not a desert. It is a sea of gold. You are standing on a gold mine. You have matured in some understandings and things that you have been experiencing. Now ships are ready to come in. Opportunities are ready to be engaged in for you. You're ready to engage in something new. And we have the Page of Swords, which means there's going to be some fresh, new information on a subject that you are already familiar with. This goes very nicely hand in hand with the Three of Wands, because the Wands are action oriented. You're going to be able to engage in something creative, something career wise. And like I said, initially it may have appeared that there wasn't an opportunity, or you weren't sure with what was available for you currently, if there was something that you were going to be able to do with what you have. And now some new information is coming in and helping you to recognize those ships that are coming in. So what? Oh, and Oh my goodness. So, an end of a cycle. So, straight away, what I'm feeling for you here, Scorpio, is that this, okay, so let's just go into the Ten of Wands here, or excuse me, the Ten of Swords here for just a moment. So, swords are always about the way that you're perceiving something, the way that you're thinking about something. It's some sort of information, right? It's communication. And as you can see, these are all, things that have felt difficult, harmful to you, maybe, you know, like very plainly saying like backstabbed kind of stuff. But really what we're talking about here is things that have been a hardship previously are now paving way to something new. Okay, because this 10 is talking about the way that you had seen this, your circumstances, the way that you had been perceiving your life currently, or maybe for a period of time, that is at an end now. And now bright skies are in front of you. So this is like the darkest, but just before the dawn, which isn't really visible in this in this art here because the cards are so bright, the artwork is so bright. But typically in this the traditional um Rider Waite, it's going to have like a black sky and then the dawn coming up. You can start to begin to see the brightness of a new day ahead of you. Okay, so things that have been very difficult and challenging, maybe in your mind, they're about to break free. Okay, so let's get some more information. Let's get some clarity on each of these cards for you and dive a little bit deeper. Okay. Hmm. Oh my goodness. The Emperor, total self-mastery of like you're holding all of the wisdom you have. It's a fixed, it's like all of the fixed signs working together to create this very wise, very noble, very capable, very ready for any decision, any action. To be taken. He's ready, and he's going to do this. I say he because we're looking at the emperor here, but what this signifies is that you have a deep understanding and knowledge with you're about to take forward, what is about to come forward for you. And this is a self mastery card. It's like you know who you are, you know where you're going, and you know what you want. Okay, which is very Scorpio, very Scorpio. Once you guys see it, you see it. All right, and you can't unsee it, and it's like it begins to manifest. Okay, so we have here now again, we have the Two of Wands along with the 10, or excuse me, with the Three of Wands. Okay, the Two of Wands with the Three of Wands. The Two of Wands talks about leaving a comfort zone, so you are going to actually have to take action on something very specific in your life. And it is something that has to do with higher purpose. So the information you're going to realize that there's something calling you to expand who you are. For the word noble keeps coming in, and I'm not sure if that resonates with you guys or not. I hope it does, but it's like this sort of like this it's like purposeful work. It's like meaningful, soulful work. And so maybe it's tapping into what your soul really wants and receiving that information. It could be in meditation, or maybe somebody says something to you that how you go like, that's right. Like I have wanted to do this thing and I'm actually prepared to do this thing now. This is what my soul has actually been working towards all along. And you hadn't quite seen it yet. The light bulb hadn't quite come on. And then all of a sudden, some sort of like, maybe you're watching a show, maybe you're listening to a podcast, maybe you're having conversation with a friend. It could be standing in line and you overhear somebody else's conversation. The information can come from anywhere. And it seems to me that this is going to like lighten you up, like a light bulb goes on, and you're going to go, oh, that's right. This is what I had wanted. This was the direction that we're going. And now I can see now that I've been preparing for it all along. Okay. And so now we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new opportunity. So this is an opportunity that you are beginning to embark upon. Okay. This is like leaving your comfort zone. You're all prepared for it. This is going to be very soulful, very soul driven. All right. And then something new opens up in your physical world. Okay. So it changes actually your entire physical world. All right. So this is big stuff, guys. Really big stuff. Okay. And let's see, the Hermit, again, speaking to your internal guidance system, your internal wisdom, what you already have, you've retreated in, you have sort of found that gold inside of you, or the point of, again, it goes back to this like no realization for this noble act that changes your life, that puts you on this course for your purposeful work. Now, the Hermit card, it talks about the person who's able to go inside, maybe retreat for a little bit, and from the exterior world, get back in tune with themselves. But then this is a Mercury ruled card, because it's a Virgo card, so it's Mercury ruled, and Mercury is talking about organization or things that happen within the next 3 to 4 weeks. So that's perfect. We're talking about the overlining energy of the month of June, and this card is talking about wisdom that you're going to be able to use within the next 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, it's all going to begin coming together for you, and because his lantern or his candle here in this depiction, is in this illustration, is you can't actually see very far in front of you, which means that what wisdom you've gained is going to be used for a short, is going to be able to be used in a short period of time. There's also longevity in this, but meaning that what you do, here we go, what you do in the next 3 to 4 weeks is going to have long-term staying power, but it's going to be organized in the next 3 to 4 weeks. It's all going to start, all of the pieces are going to start coming together, okay, in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Wow, these guys. Okay, so, and it does require you to have a like a new plan, okay, going about something, how your approach to this is going to be different than ever before. Okay, so this talks about a new strategy, needing a new strategy, gathering the troops or gathering the things in your life that are necessary in order to move forward in a different way. Okay, so this information that comes in is going to be really dynamic, and like, I think that this is uh, very intuitively and very spirit driven. And it's going to be, has everything to do with your purpose work. It may even require you to say goodbye to something that had not been serving you. And it may be a difficult transition. The Five of Cups talks about noticing things that you thought were satisfying. And I'm feeling it very much connected to the way that you had been going about things. You're going to recognize in a short period of time that, or very intuitively, you're going to recognize that the way that you had been going about it, or maybe the people that you were going about it with, is not actually what is needed at this point. And so you're going to find that it's going to require you to separate yourself from something, from someone, and to not look back. It may be a difficult separation or a difficult pivot, difficult turning point in your life, but there is a tremendous amount of growth, tremendous amount of satisfaction, tremendous amount of feeling purposeful in this new turn, this new twist, this new plot twist in your life. Okay, so you can spend as much time as necessary in the, a despair, distraught, sad. You can spend time there. Give yourself the grace to be able to spend time with the goodbye on what it is. But know that as soon as you make the decision to turn that other direction, that it will be so satisfying so quickly that it will all be worth it in a very short period of time. Again, that has everything to do with the saying goodbye, has everything to do with the effort or energy that you had been putting in something, the world that you had built for yourself. See there, the world that you had built for yourself. You're standing back and you're like, is this actually all that it could be, for all that I want, all that I desire? all the effort that I put in, is it rewarding enough for me? And I think that that's maybe what is maybe difficult. It's not as rewarding where you're standing currently as you had expected it to be. But again, you're about to get something, or total refreshment around it, and move forward. So what else does and then we have the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is the woman, or it's feminine energy, not necessarily a woman. It's an understanding that of self. Again, here with this Emperor, both of these are Aries cards. So this is confidence. It is firmness of character. It is an absolute direction of energy. Once you make that decision, once you recognize, well, the way that I was going about it before isn't actually providing the world that I want for myself. And maybe it might be difficult to say goodbye to what the people, the place. It could be like a change of a job. It could be, change of a relationship. It could be relying on other people that have been giving you advice and support, aren't the people that necessarily are the ones that you need to be bringing forward with you in this new opportunity. Okay, but what is required here is for you to have complete confidence in your own inspirations, your own intuition, and to stand up in your own independence and do exactly what you know that your spirit is calling you to do. So this is a very pivotal month for Scorpio, much like it was a very pivotal month for Libra. Libra was, independence. It's all about independence. And so what we're seeing here is this drive towards this ability to securely and stably rely upon ourselves. That's called self-reliance, right? Self-reliance in knowing what direction to move forward and knowing what decisions to make in my life. And these are very powerful tools to have. It's like a sharpening of those skills in order to it to be the highest and next best version of yourself, to fulfill the things that you had intended to come here. It's a big call for you, Scorpio, this month. And I think that you're going to feel very secure within yourself. And you may have a little bit of a wobble in there for, really knowing clearly that you can trust yourself. But what happens is, I can feel that what happens from this is the increase in the ability to sharpen your manifestation skills by relying on your own intuition. You guys are really good at that anyway, and this is a very significant month in honing in on that skill and that personal tool, okay, of independence and confidence, intuition, and moving forward from that space. Okay. All right. I hope that was helpful for you. Big month, this feels like, for you and for a lot of us. For a lot of people, this month of June is no joke. No joke, is it? All right. So now, thank you, Scorpio. Now let's move forward with Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what is on the horizon for you for the month of June? What does Spirit have to say to you? What's available to you? What is your overlighting energy for June? Yeah, you just want to go, don't you? I can feel these cards are just trying to go. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm. Are you feeling a little bit scattered? Like you want to go, but you're just not sure exactly where and how? Is that what? Okay, Gemini again. Gemini, information, communication, information. Something is going to. You're going to have a really big aha moment. That's for sure. Around subjects that you're already familiar with. Okay. Let me hang on a second here. I apologize. Bear with me. We got this one and this one. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, whoa. Are you being proposed to? Because that's a contract right there. Hello. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Big truths. Big truths here. Big truths. Okay. So these pillars represent wisdom. This gown that she's wearing represents passion. She's holding the scales between truth and action. And so this is your ability to this is your ability to gain some insight, and it does feel like this is going to be an something that's going to come from information from the outside, and this is about you being able to gain the insight on your own personal truth. This justice card just is screaming truth, is screaming to me, this is what you've wanted. This is what you've wanted. That's big. I just had to pull this other card here. It was kind of begging me to pull this other card here. We have the moon card. Now, the moon card is actually really wonderful, because it's not all about chaos. What it's about is that you're on a particular path, okay? And you're this little crustacean down here in the water, in the emotional waters, okay, and you're about to touch land, you're about to be very grounded on your path, okay, and there are maybe some fears and some worries, or maybe even people in your life that you're coming in contact with, their maybe opposing opinions, and yet you are moving forward with, well, I know this is for me, I know this is for me. The moon also talks about something that you're being driven, it's being driven by your intuition, and you can't quite see the manifestation yet of it. And it feels to me like you don't need to, what I need to say here is that you do not need to convince anybody else of your own personal truth. Okay? You know it. You feel it. You are expanding, and you are secure. I mean, this is confidence, it's security, it's a surety with what you have designed for yourself, with your opportunities in life. I can't deny that this has a relationship all over it. Maybe that relationship, the person has not proposed yet, but this is the one for you. And maybe somebody has proposed, and you're like, other people are like, is that even what you want to do? And there's something inside of you. It could be a job offer, it could be a new place that you are going to move to. There's something big happening in your life that I feel like you need to not try to defend it or explain it to anybody else, because this is exactly, and it, don't you? Don't you, Sagittarius? It's exactly what you asked for, okay? I'm feeling like you're pretty proud of yourself actually right now at this moment. Yeah, Six of Swords, going from turbulence into calm waters. It means that you have done the deep dive, you have gotten some clarity from your divine spirit. You have maybe pulled up those fearful things, those internal jackals, and this can not just people in your life that are giving you a hard time, but that internal voice that can give you a really hard time. And it seems to me that you have gone underneath all of that into your own personal, it feels very short lived, but you gain some clarity from a little dark night of the soul, very very quick little spurt of dark night of the soul here, and have come out the other side ready for a new expansion. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups here, which talks about a celebration, you and your friends getting together, people that you are actually, it's the people that are actually cheering you on, not the people that you have to defend yourself to. There's something about switching who you actually give your energetic time to, who you're giving your ear to, who you're paying attention to, who you're spending that time with. You need to be very particular about it at this time, and be spending your time with people who are uplifting to you, that you are also uplifting. You feel very uplifted within yourself. You've done some significant work. You feel like you've come to the other side of something big for yourself. And even though it's showing itself, in some ways it's not full blown yet, you're not fully involved in it completely yet, but you do need to be around people that are supportive of that. Okay, it's like, and here we have the magician, okay, because you're manifesting some really big stuff right now, really big stuff. I feel like June is a really big time for every single one of us, to hone in on our own personal manifestation skills. Okay, because the summer is the end of the summer in the northern hemisphere is coming the end of June, and it is like big harvest time for a lot of things that we had been working towards, and you're ready for that action. You're ready to go. You're ready to move, but just be very wise at who you're talking about the things with, and how they respond to you, because your friend group may be changing, but you're manifesting exactly what you wanted. All right, so we have here the Hanged Man. Beautiful, beautiful energy of being able to be driven by the desires that are birthed within you and your spirit. Does that make sense? So what I'm talking about here is like what you intuitively know that you want for yourself, and it feels amazing. And that is the communication between you and your higher self. It's the things that your higher self has prepared for you, that you know are becoming available for you, and you're being able to use that internal inspiration, that internal knowing, to be able to see things from a different lens and be able to be driven by that personal. And it feels like a very calm, very knowing and desire. Okay. So, but it's something that you cannot hold yourself back from. It's like nothing is holding this back now. It's coming big time, and you are I hope you're ready. I think that you are. I think that you are. It's if you're feeling excited about something about to pop in your life, you're on track, because it's true. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles. Oh my God, another card of coming together with collaboration. So I feel it's something that you are going to be building for your material structure of your life. Now, this could be, again, where you live, where you work, and your finances. Of course, Pentacles means finances, but that is going to be a collaborative effort, which is why Spirit is saying it's very important for you to be using your own powers of discernment, and your own ability to separate yourself from those who are not supporting you, because those who are supportive of you, it seems to me that you guys are going to be, it's going to help create a much more stable life for you. Okay, there's going to be people that you are either mentoring or are going to mentor you, but it's going to stabilize your path. Your path is about to be very, very, very stabilized by the end of this month. Okay, so let's get one final word of wisdom from our beautiful tarot here. And now the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, no wonder. Okay, big money, big life changes. You may be getting married. You may be getting some sort of a huge career shift that's going to increase your finances and significantly. I'm talking about like a major promotion. Whatever this is coming into your life is going to feel like it is raining blessings, and it comes with a large amount of financial well-being. It does. Ten of Pentacles, I mean, come on, that's the biggest money card in the deck. All right, money, 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 money. Okay, whatever move this is you're making, it's gonna bring you a significant amount of money. That's also what I was feeling like. Oh, the end of this month, it's harvest season. Harvesting, stable, secure, physical, material life. Fantastic job. You're doing fantastic. You're doing great out there. And I know that you guys had been kind of going through some tough stuff where you had felt like it was time for you to feel more like homebodies, like you're like more like taking time to assess, taking time to firmly feel yourself grounded, taking more time with the different subjects that were on your mind recently. Your a deeper assessment, kind of like your opposite of on the zodiac chart, Gemini, and it feels also like there's Taurus energy in that as well, of just like sort of like relaxing, comfortable home, setting up your home life. and now it's expanding to setting up more secure relationships, with friendship relationships, colleague relationships. And because you've given yourself that time to really reassess things, which instead of, you guys just normally want to just take action and feel your way through it while you're taking action and understand it through action. But because you did some like research and some understanding of self, going deep, now you're really, it is paying off big time for you. So congratulations. I hope you're so proud of yourself. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Okay. All right. So now we have, thank you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for listening in. We are going to now move to Capricorn. Capricorn, are you ready? What does Spirit have to say for you for June? What is your overlighting energy for June? I know it's expansion, and you guys are always just expanding your guys' physical life. You guys are the cardinal sign of Earth. Earth's cardinal sign of like, this is how we're doing things. This is how it is. I understand it. And now we're going to make something new. Initiation around grounded things. So very practical energy. Very practical energy. All right. So, but what is in store for you for June? Okay. All right. Okay. More secure finances to the point of either somebody bringing in something for you that is going to support even more secure finances, is going to be a financial expansion to both your wants and your needs, or your financial status has increased so much that you are now able to bless others' lives, okay, and to be able to provide help to other people so that they can expand their own lives. It's not that you are going to give a man a fish every day. What you're going to be doing here, it seems to me that you're going to be drawing off of the things that you have learned. If you are in that philanthropist aspect of this, you are going to be teaching people how to fish for themselves. You are going to show them a way to meet all of their own personal needs and their wants, both. Okay. And this feels like very spiritual work to you. This feels like all of the things that you have been understanding, all of the things that you have been putting into practice, all of the work that you have been doing, you are now seeing how it actually is benefiting on a deeper level. And this is very soul driven, and it's very desirous of you to have this expansion, to see this expansion and what that expansion is going to do. And now we have this Aries energy of complete and total confidence. Now, I expect this confidence to naturally come with Capricorn energy, but I think that just solidifying that. Okay, so the words that are coming in for the Queen of Wands for you, Capricorn, is self-respect. And I mean self-respect in the fact that you are actually congratulating yourself and you're honoring yourself in a way that now others are honoring you. It seems to me that you are treating yourself in a way that, like, self-care. Now, I would typically see that with the I would typically see that with the Queen of Pentacles. So it's surprising to see that with the Queen of Wands, but queens do understand. And it seems to me that what you're understanding is how powerful your own personal confidence, and you're using that inward. You're taking that inward. It's not just go, 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 go out here. It's like you've been taking that work inside, noticing what you have to bring to the table, and having a deep reverence and respect and honor for yourself. And then other people are beginning to respond to that. So where a lot of people will talk about like boundaries, set up your boundaries. Well, people are going to walk all over boundaries if you don't have that line in the sand already disciplined within, which seems like a very Capricorn thing, very disciplined. Okay. So you have reached a point of personal discipline that is very direct, very directly in tune with being able to honor yourself and respect yourself, love yourself, know your worth. And it's driving this impact, this external impact. Okay, so now we have, so that makes total sense. This makes sense. Okay, so because either you're mentoring somebody else or somebody else, other people are mentoring you, but it is because you have brought yourself to this higher quality of internal understanding of self. And now you're ready to stabilize that with the work that you do, with the things that you offer other people, and the things that you're able to create for yourself. Very concrete, very stable, very beautiful to see what actually, you guys, I'd love to hear about what this is for you guys, Capricorn, because the amount of self-respect that you have is opening up doors for you that are like, yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and opening up doors for you that had it, but before you would have tried very hard for, you would have worked very hard for, and now it's like it's here. It's easier than you expected. It's certain. It's true. And all it took is for you to know exactly who you are and what you have to bring to the table. Okay, so now we have the Two of Swords, which means that there is something new. It's not as cut and dry. What's available for you is not as cut and dry as A or B, because the Two of Swords is like the woman that's got the swords blocking off her heart, and that she thinks that it's this way or thinks that it's that way, A or B. And yet, as you take an emotional journey, as you are present with your own emotions, you begin to see another option open up for you. Okay, and so that option is becoming available because of the internal emotional state that you have now gained in congratulating yourself for being as amazing as you are naturally, just because you are, just because you exist and you are an incredible human being. Okay, that's, you know your worth. All right, so what is that third option about? The Ten of Cups. Harmony. Okay, so the Ten of Cups is like the rainbow after the storm. It is the happy home, happy family, happy life. It is the camaraderie with working on a project with other people where you come to this finish line and it's like, ta-da, look what we have done, look what we're capable of, look what we've been able to bring forward. It's very visible to other people that they are, it's like this production kind of energy of like it's all coming out to be seen now, that it's all, that what has been done behind the scenes can now be observed by other people. Again, all this works, all this internal work that you have done, it brings forward this recognition from others, and now this opportunity to work more closely, or even the work that you have done with other people. But it's coming from a very, it's coming from a very, I want to be very careful with the words I use here, because I want to say humble, but I don't know that humble's necessarily, it's just factual, factual self-worth. And you know it now. And you know it now. And then we have the Four of Wands. Again, these are both cards of home life and or where you feel at home. And I have to say that it feels like you feel so much more at home inside of yourself because you love yourself. And others notice it and are responding to it. And you are a blessing to others' lives for it. That's beautiful, Capricorn. That is absolutely beautiful. Out there blessing the world with your presence. Oh my goodness. And the Queen of Wands. Okay. You got two Queen of Wands. Absolute confidence, absolute stability, absolute personal power, and knowing who you are. Congratulations. It seems to me, it feels to me that this has been a long haul for you guys. It has been a long time coming, that you guys are recognizing that simply by being authentically yourself and being in love with who you are, first and foremost, really begins to open up doors for you. It begins to lighten your load and you begin to have a much happier, less pressurized time in life. That's that's significant. That's significant. Good job. Excellent work. Excellent work. What a blessing for the world. That's what this says. You're going to be a blessing, and you already are, but now it's coming from a place that is really a healthy place. You feel healthy, and it's coming from a very healthy place inside of you. You're not trying to force anything to happen anymore. Okay, thank you so much, Capricorn, for tuning in with me, and congratulations, just congratulations. June just seems to me like you just kind of like I made it. I made it. I made it. I'm here. I'm doing great. I can see how it's blessing others' lives. What we have, what I have to present to the world, what we have to present to the world is significant. It's worthy. I'm worthy, and you're well respected. All right. So, okay. So now let's see. Capricorn, and now we're going to go with Aquarius. Okay. So Aquarius. Oh, straight away the Fool pops out. Aquarius. This is what your overlighting energy for the month of June is about: taking a leap of faith, going for it, even though it's not, you don't know exactly where it's going to head, or where everything's going to land. You don't know exactly all the details yet. You just know you're headed that way. And it seems to me, this is a very Aquarian card, it seems to me that you're moving away from the crowd. Very Aquarian, right? You are tapping into a deeper sense of knowledge, a deeper sense of knowing of self, and you are taking action on what you know to be true for yourself. Okay? So, oh, okay. All right. And you're focusing. The things that you have been focusing on, you're starting to see stack up. It's about to have it's really big payoff. Really big payoff. This is an 8 card, so that means that abundance. Like it's about to really be tangible experience for you. Okay. So what is it? What is the thing? What is the thing? 2 of Cups. Love. Are you ready? Are you ready for a relationship? Have you decided to break away from old patterns, or spending time with people that have been preventing you from being able to pursue the type of relationship that you want? Maybe you had been spending your time in your head, or your time in the books, and your time um um elsewhere other than ready for love. And now all the things, but you wanted it. This is what it is. It's talking about love. This is a love energy card. And spread here, it says to me that maybe, I think it says to me that you have really honed in on what you would like that relationship to look like. You pulled yourself away from things that weren't that, and now you're taking this leap of faith. So now, and I say love, but this could also mean something that you are in love with. But I get love a lot with this card. Okay, so now here is the Celestial Weaver card. Okay, so the Celestial Weaver talks about you opening your heart space up to be able to attract something that is like you. So this is like higher self. This is like soulmate. This is the true, authentic you in connection with someone that matches that. Okay. This is opening up your heart to make deep, meaningful connections. This is essentially using the power of who you naturally are to connect with the things that you really want. Okay. So if that is a relationship and if you are making a connection, I say that if you have met somebody recently and they feel like they're closer to what you want than ever before, take that leap of faith. Go ahead and continue with that relationship and give it all you got. All right. If this is something that you are creating, then you are powerfully in the knowledge that it is something that is a perfect match for what you and your higher self have designed for you. Okay. So your you're being called. You're being called into something different, something new, something that you can be absolutely sure that you are in love with. Okay, so now we have the devil energy, which is really interesting place for this devil energy to come. And this devil energy just talks about either a habit or a habit of thought. It could be an addictive habit of thought, this perpetual, continual thinking around something that had not, thinking about something that had not been healthy for you to continue to think. That's breaking away. Okay. And or it could be a habit of like, just having a drink instead of feeling your feelings, or something like that, something something that detoured you from being able to connect with your real self. It kept you away from it kept you away from knowing that you can and do have everything that you have always wanted. It's always, the power has always been inside of you. You're releasing the habits that have kept you away from that realization. You're moving away from people that help you stay in this place. You're focused on what you really desire, and that's beginning to pay off. You're making the strong connections. You're connecting through the power of the universe. You're taking this leap forward, a big leap forward in life. And now we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. With the Nine of Pentacles is where you are completely at peace with your material life. Internally, you're at peace. Your material world around you is at peace. You are feeling much more at peace with yourself. And you're no longer willing to buy into anything that disrupts that peace. Excellent. Excellent. So you're coming to the other side of this. And I know this isn't a really long reading for you, Aquarius, but I feel like this is a big mic drop week for you, or excuse me, month for you, in the fact that you begin to really see how powerful you are at drawing in and having exactly what you have always wanted and feeling very much at peace with that knowledge, and where you had felt completely low and without, maybe ashy, because it's this phoenix coming up from the ashes, being rebirthed, a complete and total rebirth of your entire life. You are about to have the most expansive experience of your life as of yet, because you're tuned into your true self. You're beginning to see the results in your life. You're not buying into anything that isn't that anymore, and you are ready to receive an experience. This is fire energy. You're going to experience it. Passion energy. So congratulations if you have just met someone. Be prepared to meet someone. And know that that if this someone actually is in fact a job, it's yours. Okay, you're about to have the biggest career shift of your life. But again, I'm feeling an enormous amount of love energy in this. And if you're not here for love, I apologize. But there is enormous amount of love expansion available for Aquarius in the month of June. So I hope you're dating, get out there, have fun, and if just soak it all in. Just enjoy the heck out of it. You guys, you can trust it, enjoy it. All right. Great job. Thank you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay. And I would be expecting that proposal from this person. All right. Okay, so now we have come to Pisces. Pisces. Oh, beautiful Pisces. You guys are so sweet, so kind. Uh-huh. But are you being kind to yourself? Do you feel it? Do you feel how sweet and kind you are? I have to ask because it looks like your material world is wobbling like I don't know what direction to go, and you're completely overwhelmed in your mind. Overwhelmed in your mind. Feeling like, what's my direction? Where do I go? What's going to make me help me feel stable in my own life again? Forever. What's for me? What is for me? That's what this feels like. What is for me? Uh-huh. 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 Okay. And now we have Venus over here giving you all kinds of sensational, fantastic ideas. And it seems to me that those ideas can be very, very, very pleasurable. But what this feels like is what you're asking here is actually, I don't want to just imagine it anymore. I don't want to, can I even trust my imagination? Because it can easily just end up being more of nothing, more of no direction. It's just ideas. It's just thought constructs. When does it touch down? When does it manifest? When does it become my physical reality? That's what I'm feeling for you guys. Okay? Looking backwards, looking at how, see, that's what that says. It's just what that says. It's like looking back at how things had not manifested for you. I never did turn into anything for you, even though you could see it with your mind's eyes so vividly. And so you're basing what you're currently getting on this past experience. So when I mean getting is, I mean these ideas, these thoughts, this imagination, this like inspiration to either create something or this realization that you could actually have something. But what's going on here is you are giving yourself a hard time because in the past it maybe did not materialize to the full extent of itself. And so you're creating more wobble through this doubt based on historical data. And now I can tell you for certain that what's happening in the energies is like, no, it's not time to base anything on historical data. It's time to recognize that you have full power to physically experience the things that you have dreamt about, the ideas that you had, and manifestation has become easier and easier than ever before. And the universe is trying to deliver to you, and it requires you to recognize that today is not yesterday. Today is not yesterday. We have the Page of Pentacles, which talks about this curiosity of what is actually possible for your life. Okay. So when I say curiosity, I want you to actually hear the word, and I just said it twice, actual. What is actually possible? What is actually able to manifest? What is actually able to be tangibly, materially, physically experienced? What can I touch, see, taste, smell, hold? What things can actually come into my life right now? What things? Because I'm tired of just being floaty in my mind. The Five of Swords. The Five of Swords. Okay. You guys are really in your head. Like really stuck in your head. Really, 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 really. Okay. All right, Pisces here. So I think that also what you're getting is that you, much like Aquarius, it's time for you to break away from something. And I feel like you have to break up with thoughts that tell you that it's never going to be. It's just anything more than an idea. It's time for you to trust that. It's really time for some serious self-trust with your imagination. Your imagination is everything when it comes to manifestation. You guys are good. Yeah. Okay. So in the month of June, what you are going to have an experience around is the ability to face those internal fears, those internal hardships, and recognize that it is an internal game and that you have all of the power. You have all of the power to be able to tame those and to be able to take action in a very abundant way. Okay, so you're going to start getting direction, is what's going to happen. You're going to be able to recognize that you don't have to buy into these overwhelming, continuous, perpetuated thoughts about, like, this is how it turned out last time or didn't turn out last time. And you're being asked to wave that away. You're being asked to dismiss and to let go of what had been fearful, because you are about to see exactly how powerful you are. This is a really, really, really big month. Really big month June is. Powerful. Okay. And then once you face that fear, once you recognize it's just an internal game. That's it. An internal game. Then life will start happening. And it looks to me like, because this is Cancer card, okay, the Chariot. So between June 1st and June 20th, you are going to be really diving into recognizing what's actually true for you and that it has the ability to manifest, and what is fear-based. And you're going to dismiss those fears, because once we hit Cancer season, you're going to be boots on the ground, physically engaged in what you thought was only possible in your dreams. It's a big promise, right? You thought it was only possible here, but you're doing some big work, which means that it's possible here. And you have all of the courage. Look at these giant cats. Look at those courageous cats that have your back. You're going to feel so firm and so secure and so sure. King of Pentacles, which means that you're absolutely living the physicality of an expanded version of your life. The Death card, which creates this transformation. Like, wait a minute, I don't have to just be floaty. I don't have to be just ideas. This transformation is like me spreading my wings as butterfly. I know what works. I know what's true. I know what's absolute. And I can take that, and I can, with my pureness of heart, and I can take action from there and experience my world in a very different way. And again, we have another double Cancer card. So this is just a massive, massive, massive transformation for you, to go from worry and overly concerned and self-doubt around whether or not your emotions are being honest with you, with your imagination, to actually being able to physically experience things that you had only imagined are now manifesting and are tangible, real, true, physical life change. Okay? By the end of this month, your physical life will change, and it will be a realization, meaning real time, real physical world manifestation around something that you had wanted, something you imagined for yourself. And again, you're going to be able to see and start correlating how, what it feels like to just be space, just be like, just, you guys know, you're just kind of in the air. You guys just aware, very intelligent, very aware, but not really touching down. And you're going to start making that connection to where what that difference is, and how to hone in on that ability for yourself to actually make things happen, to let things come in, to be more than just aware of it, but to physically being engaged in it. Okay. So I hope this was really helpful for you, Pisces. Big month for you. Big month for everyone. Thank you so much for Pisces. Yeah, your life is about to change. Your life is about to get much better. It's going to be able to deliver to you things that you had thought were only imagination. And you're going to see how capable you are of experiencing much more physically your life. Okay. So, and I feel like you have a lot to teach other people. That's an interesting, that spirit just popped that through, right? Teaching other people. You're going to be showing other people the way. That's very fascinating. It seems to me like you're finding your way and how to trust your way, but literally right on the just the right on the heel end or the back end of that is like and showing other people. So yeah, once you've got it, you're able to show it and teach it. So congratulations. It's going to be quite the turnaround for you this month. All right. Well, so thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Pisces. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope that this was very helpful for you, gave you some insight of what you can expect for the month of June. Feels like a very transformative month, but a very uplifting month at the same time. It feels like big changes in our physical life for every one of us, greater ability to manifest, greater knowledge of the power that each of us hold. And it feels like um, we are, I think that what I want to say here, it might sound really cheesy. Let me just move this camera back over just real quick. Change the scene. What it feels like, it might be sound like really cheesy, but it feels like we the people know who we are, know what we're capable of, and know that we can have anything that we choose to have in our life. It feels like we're less dependent on um an exterior um force or exterior hmm, entity, person, being, structure, institution. It feels like less dependence on something or someone outside of you, and much more knowledge of the trueness of your own personal independence, your own personal authenticity, and your own personal power. It feels like so many of us are just standing up and ready to claim who we are, know who we are, and move forward with that confidence and watch the world, the universe respond to us. Okay. There's a quote, and I'm not going to say it correctly. I apologize. It's going to be all over the place with this. Something along the lines, and if you know what it is, please feel free to leave it in the comments. But something along the lines of like the quiet mind or the calm mind bends the universe. I feel like that's the theme for June. After watching all of the energies coming together for every one of your readings, it feels to me like a collective overlighting energy for the month of June is the quiet, calm mind bends the universe. All right. You take care. Have a happy June, and I will see you in July.